Hello, everyone. We are looking at the fourth and fifth declensions today. This used to be a part of stage 18 in the old fourth edition of the Cambridge Latin course, and in the fifth edition, they took it out. We still need to know about it, but the reason they took it out is a really good one, which is that it is not that big of a deal. There are very few words in the fourth and fifth declension, and for the most part, the endings look exactly the same as the other declensions that you already know, the first and the second and the third. Okay, so that's really my purpose here, is just to kind of prove that to you. All right, so we're going to take a look at this together here, your fourth and your fifth declensions. Here are examples of it, and I'll tell you straight away, when you look at portus, the word that means harbor, and you look at race, the fifth declension word that means thing or matter or situation, the thing that occurs to me when I look at that full declension of it, portus, portus, portui, portum, portu, etc., is that you think, oh my gosh, that looks so different, and they're weird, and oh my gosh, I'm going to have to memorize all of this. I promise you, you're not going to have to. Okay, let me prove it to you. So here are examples of the fourth and fifth declension, like I said, with portus, the word that means harbor, race, the thing, the word that means thing or matter or situation or affair. Okay, almost kind of anything you want it to mean. All right, and when you look at these, they look pretty weird. Like, look, there's portus, there's portui, portuum. You know, those look pretty weird, right? There's like a U there. And then when you get to the fifth, you got rei and rei, you know, I don't know, rebus, ray, you know, there's some weirdness, but okay, everybody, let me show you this. Okay, here is the first, second, and third declensions, okay? Now, when you compare the first, second, and third declension endings to the fourth and fifth, a lot of them are the same. Okay, so for instance, look at the accusative singular. All right, puellam, amicum, leonem. Right, it's an M. That's exactly what's going on here with portum. In fact, I'm just going to like scratch it out. Okay, so boom, there we go. All right, now again, look at it again. Ablative singular, puella, long single vowel, amico, long single vowel, leone, not a long, but a single vowel. And guess what, everybody? Portu, long vowel. It's just that the fourth declension is the U declension, the Greek upsilon declension. And the fifth declension, see all these E's, these long E's, this is the eta declension, the Greek eta declension. So a U and an E is really all that we're using to express the various endings here. Okay, I'm not done yet, because look, here we go. You got aurum, orum, and then okay? And honestly, at a very early point, that was probably urum, but that's really hard to say. So okay? And then rerum, boom. So they look really similar. Now look, everybody, eases and ibises. I always tell my students, ablative plural, dative and ablative plural, eases and ibises. Well, guess what, everybody? It's ibis again. So there's portibus. Here's abus. You know, that, again, there's the E, but it's the same ending, basically. So I'm going to get rid of those. Okay. Now, look, the word is just kind of what it is, right? The nominative, the word is portus. So the nominative is portus. I'm just going to go ahead and scratch that out. And then race, same thing. Okay, there we go. Now, less obvious, but still really normal. Look at the accusative plural. There's os, os, and ace. So it's the vowel of the declension plus an s. Okay, look, portus. Remember, we said that this was the U declension, the upsilon declension, vowel plus the vowel plus s. That's it. Race. There's the eta, the E, the long E plus s. That's it. Okay. Now, the nominative plural, really similar to the third declension. Okay, so ace, ace, right? There's that vowel plus s, ace, ace, and guess what? Oos, ace, ace. So I'm going to go ahead and actually scratch that out, even though there's some variance, you know, across all the declensions. Still pretty normal. Now look, everybody, all that leaves us is the genitive and the dative. The genitive and the dative singular. Everybody, that's it. These are not horrible declensions. They're not awful. They have variable genitive and dative endings. Now, if you go and you compare this I that you see in portui and rei, that's kind of like the I in the third declension, right? Mercatori, regi, leoni. This I right here is kind of like in the second declension, amicus, amici. But nonetheless, just as we have always seen, the genitive and the dative singular are very variable across declensions. Notice, puelli, I, amici, amico, leonis, leonie. They're playing with a lot of those vowels, and so no surprise that that would be the case here. So that's one point of memorization that we might need to have here, is these genitive and dative singular endings. The second point of memorization is a little bit easier, and I've got a mnemonic device for you. Remember I told you in the fourth and fifth, very few words, very, very few words. These are like afterthought declensions. Well, the really common words, at least for the Cambridge Latin course, I've put in a little mnemonic device here, and this is what it is. For the fourth declension, we're going to remember pimt, P-I-M-T, P-I-M-T, okay? And that's portus, harbor, impetus, attack, manus, hand, and tumultus, which is like an uproar or a riot or a commotion. For fifth declension, red, okay? Race, thing, matter, situation, affair. Effigies, which means like a statue or an image or like a likeness of somebody. And then dies, which means day, okay? So if we can remember us and ui, rei, rei, those genitive and dative singular, kind of weird, but they're always weird endings. And then pimped and red, that's really it, everybody. So I know it looked really, really crazy here at the beginning, but I hope I've proven to you that it really isn't. And so just with a little bit of practice, I think you're going to master it easily. Bye, everybody.